This is a story from a Russian city called Yekaterinburg. I think this is the fourth largest city in Urals, and population I think 1.5 to 2 million. So this is the story of a lady in her, let's say, late 40s. So one time one of our Hare Krishna gurus was visiting the local Yekaterinburg temple, and as he was exiting after his presentation lecture, devotees were greeting him, all standing in queue, and then this lady, her name is Rangalekha Dasi. So this lady comes forward and says, Gurudev, I would be very gratified, happy if you can bless my place for a minute or two, can drop by. So he said, yeah, sure, we'll try, we'll see. So anyway, now after when in next couple of days, as they were going around the city, the temple president told Maharaj, you remember one lady, elderly lady was asking, actually we are passing by that side. If you want, we can drop in for a few minutes, and He said, sure. So they stop at a building, a very old dilapidated building in the kind of a downtrodden quarter of the city, like center of the city, and staircase, shaky stair. Anyway, they go up. Then they enter a one-room apartment, greeted by this lady Rangalekha Dasi in her 40s. And this Swamiji looks around. There is a small cot there, one small chair and table, and a gas stove. One stove is there, one pot is there, and a nice small altar with a Govardhan Shila. So he greets her, they enter, and she spread, there is nothing to sit practically, So she spreads some mat, they sit on that. So he asks, so this is your apartment? She says, Gurudev, this is Lala's apartment. I am a guest here. Lala is the name given to Govardhan Shila, Krishna in the form of Govardhan Shila. So she is a guest of Lala's apartment. So this was appreciated. Then he looks around and he finds there is practically nothing in that apartment. Then a devotee just informs him, Maharaj, she is a very austere saint. She lives with one sari practically, and she has got one pot. In that pot she cooks and she offers to Lala, and then she eats in a small plate, and that's her life. So he was very impressed. Then he asked her, so Mataji, Rangalekha Dasi, what seva do you do? What work do you do? She said, Gurudev, 13 years ago, you came to that temple program, and I was passing by that area, and I thought there is a gathering, and I just happened to enter that place. And in that you were telling that this knowledge is most precious, knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. But to distribute this knowledge, to understand is a fortune, but to understand and then distribute is even a bigger fortune. So Gurudev, since that day I have been distributing this knowledge. 13 years, Swamiji was very surprised. Yes, Gurudev. Then one devotee told him, Gurudev, Maharaj, she goes out 6 days a week and throughout the year, non-stop, she does it. Come wind, rains, cold or heat, she is out there in streets. She is there out street in -20 temperature. Earlier the police, the security guard, the apartments or malls, they used to throw her out. But then saw her determination, steadiness, persistence. There are days when -20, there is blizzard, Nobody will be on the street, but this lonely elderly figure will be standing there with Bhagavad Gita in the city of Yekaterinburg, minus 20 degree, 8 hours. People will stop their car without any interest just to buy, to honor this person. The police, the city residents know her. The police know her. The security guard, everybody respects her from the core of their heart. So the Swamiji was very impressed that here we have a saint. No possession, just one sari she keeps, one pot, and day and night distributing. Then she said, Gurudev, I have some little offering for your sake. Then she goes where the Lala, the Govardhan Shila is, that carpet, small carpet. Underneath she puts and drags out an envelope and opens the envelope. And Swamiji can see dollars in that. Then she offers that envelope to her. Then he says, it's okay. Then he says, you can keep this. No, Gurudev, I distribute books for the mission of spreading this knowledge, and you are the best person who can do that. So this is for you. Then the temple in charge who was accompanying him, he told Swamiji, every day what she distributes, she keeps that money, stores this money here, doesn't waste or spends one penny out of that. Then he asked, so who pays for her living? Who pays for the book she has to buy from the book trust? Then the president told Maharaj, somehow these devotees, give her these things, like some groceries for these things. Sometimes book payments we do, but she keeps this money carefully. So then he said, Mataji, Rangalekha, you please buy a ticket to India, visit the holy dhams, Vrindavan, Mayapur, Jagannath Puri. She said, no. I may go sometime, but this is for the service. People have given me this money for these books, and they will be benefited if this money is rightly used. So everybody was practically in tears. $1,500 they were in the packet. And that is a 2-year salary for an ordinary worker in that part of the country. It was such an emotional, everybody was so moved by the purity, the vibration of the place, and a simple, determined lady, distributing this timeless knowledge in a Russian city with all heart and soul. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kuru nandana. Focus your intelligence on your target. Don't waver, don't, fritter away your energies. This was a classic example. So anyway, after this meeting, they are exiting the apartment, and the Swamiji, he looks that as soon as they exit, she took out her book bag, and she is packing the books, ready to hit the streets. So this is there are people, why the word is, in spite of so much of sin, why there is some sanity, the word, then we wonder, there are saints today. We heard of Mirabai, Janabai, we heard of great saints in India. But now we can see that there are saints in other countries as well, modern saints actually, who breathe, their breath is meant for the welfare of the world, in the service of the Lord. They live, every moment they live for the service of God and service of humanity. So there are so many examples. This is the way actually Srila Prabhupada has created his books have created such noble souls. So there are in every country we have such great examples. Hare Krishna.